The crown is no longer a dream, it's your destiny. There was a time when you walked in shadows, when the weight of waiting pressed against your soul like chains you could not see. You doubted. You wandered. You questioned why the throne always seemed a mirage, close, yet untouchable. But the truth is, the delay was never denial. It was the fire forging your royalty, the valley humbling your heart, the storm that carved your strength. Now everything shifts. The kingdom stirs. The realm is in need. And the time has come. This time, you'll rule. The throne no longer belongs to a myth. It belongs to you, the one who endured the silent seasons, the one who didn't give up when hope was scarce, the one who kept their integrity when no one was watching. You were never forgotten. You were being prepared. Kings are not born from comfort. Queens are not raised in ease. Power is not handed to the fragile of will. It is entrusted to those who have been refined in secret, purified in the pain, strengthened by rejection, and made bold by solitude. You've worn the cloak of humility, now the mantle of leadership awaits. This is your rise. Your coronation is not of gold and jewels alone, it is of purpose and authority. The world doesn't need another figurehead. It needs a ruler with vision, a voice of justice, a soul with fire and mercy in equal measure. That ruler is you. This time, you'll rule. No more hiding. No more waiting for permission. No more shrinking to make others comfortable. You are not arrogant, you are aware. You are not reckless, you are ready. You are not demanding power, power now recognizes you. The realm knows your name. The signs are everywhere. Doors are opening. The ground trembles in anticipation. The sky whispers your calling. Do you feel it? The echo of destiny in your chest. The alignment of time and purpose. The stirrings of heaven and earth around your life. This is not a coincidence. This is prophecy unfolding. They will ask, where did you come from? Let them wonder how you rose, how you became so resolute, so clear, so powerful. They will not understand the nights you bled in silence, the prayers you whispered with cracked lips, the betrayals that taught you wisdom, the loneliness that carved clarity into your spirit. You are the result of battles no one saw and victories no one applauded. You are the product of patience, faith, and fire. This is not the beginning of your journey, this is the reward of your endurance. This time, you'll rule. Your reign will not be built on ego, but on impact. You'll lead not from the desire to dominate, but from the call to elevate. You understand what it means to be unseen, and that will give you eyes for the forgotten. You understand what it means to hunger, and that will give you a heart for justice. You understand what it means to fall, and that will make your rulership one of grace. You were chosen, not to be above others, but to lift them. To turn ruins into refuge. To make peace from chaos. To light torches in the dark corners of the land. The kingdom awaits. Not just a place, but a people. A generation longing for leadership. A society thirsty for truth. A community in need of vision. They are not waiting for perfection. They are waiting for you. Imperfect, real, battle-worn, but radiant with purpose. You've been silent long enough. You've played small too long. The crown fits now, not because you're flawless, but because you're faithful. Because you've carried the burden before the blessing. Because you've kneeled before you rose. This time, you'll rule. And this rulership will not exhaust you, it will fulfill you. Because it's not a performance. It's who you are. It's what you were born for. You don't have to force it. You just have to step into it. The throne is not a ladder you climb, it's a home you return to. Let the skeptics watch. Let the fearful retreat. Let the old order resist. You don't need their approval. You only need your assignment. And it is clear now, the land needs healing, and you carry the oil. The people need direction, and you hold the map. The storm needs calming, and your voice speaks peace. The future needs writing, and your hands bear the pen. The delay was divine, but the season has shifted. The signal is here. The trumpet has sounded. This time, you'll rule. The crown is no longer a dream, it's your destiny. Step forward, chosen one. The throne awaits. You are not stepping into the spotlight for attention, you're stepping into your assignment. This is not about applause. This is about authority. This is about fulfilling what has been written of you since the beginning, etched in the scrolls of eternity before you ever took your first breath. The kingdom has been waiting. Not for someone perfect, but for someone prepared. And that's you. Everything you've been through has not been wasted. The heartbreaks, the failures, the years that seemed like silence from heaven, all of it was shaping your soul into a throne-worthy vessel. Nothing has been random. Nothing has been in vain. Your scars are not shameful, they are signs that you survived. They are symbols of strength, of story, of sovereignty. Wear them like armor. Lead with humility, but don't apologize for your authority. You were born to reign. Born to restore. Born to command the winds of change with the stillness of your spirit. There are regions of influence that will only respond to your voice. There are people who can only be unlocked by your presence. This is not just about ruling a kingdom, it's about restoring divine order. You carry peace, and peace will follow you. You carry clarity, and confusion will bow. You carry fire, and cold places will burn bright again. Wherever you set your foot, dominion will follow. Because you don't rule from ego, you rule from essence. This time, you'll rule. And not just for yourself, but for every child watching, wondering if their dreams are worth believing in. For every silent warrior who thinks they've been forgotten. For every wounded soul afraid to rise again. Your reign will be a message that broken doesn't mean disqualified, and waiting doesn't mean wasted. You are walking prophecy now. You are the answer to prayers your ancestors whispered under the stars. You are the fulfillment of hopes hidden in the heart of your bloodline. You are the manifestation of generations who dared to believe that someone would break the cycle. That someone would rise without arrogance and lead with honor. You are that someone. And when you sit on that throne, whether literal or metaphorical, remember the ground you walked to get there. Remember the dirt under your nails, the prayers on your tongue, the nights you almost gave up. Let them humble you. Let them anchor you. Let them keep you grounded even as the world lifts you high. The crown is not the end. It is the beginning. You're not just ruling a kingdom. You're building a legacy. A legacy of courage, of compassion, of truth spoken boldly and justice carried gently. Of wisdom that cuts through confusion and love that disarms hate. This is the kind of ruler the world needs. This is the kind of ruler you are. The scepter is in your hand now. The mantle is upon your shoulders. The anointing is undeniable. This time, you'll rule. Not because you chased it, but because you were chosen for it. Not because you demanded it, but because you became it. Not by manipulation, but by metamorphosis. Look at yourself. You are not who you were 5 years ago. Not even 5 months ago. You have changed. You have grown. You have risen in silence. And now, you will rise in power. Not to prove anything to anyone, but to fulfill everything inside of you. This world is tired of counterfeit crowns. It's craving real leadership. Sacred leadership. Steady hands and strong hearts. Spirit-led, truth-rooted, battle-tested leaders. That's you. Don't shrink now. Don't stall now. Step up. The moment is here. The realm responds. Nature aligns. Heaven bears witness. You're not just walking into a throne room, you are the throne room. Your very life is a seat of divine rule. Your words shape destinies. Your decisions build futures. Your spirit carries authority unseen by the eyes of men, but known by the heavens. Rule with love. Rule with boldness. Rule with righteousness. Rule with wisdom. Rule with the clarity of your calling and the conviction of your heart. And never forget, this is not for your glory. It's for the good of those you serve. For the people entrusted to your care. For the calling that burns within your bones. For the dream that refuses to die. For the divine justice that flows through your veins. The crown may glitter, but it is heavy. But you are strong enough to carry it now. This time, you'll rule. And the kingdom will never be the same. The world remembers those who rise, but heaven remembers how they rose. And you rose with quiet strength, with tears that no one saw, with decisions that cost you everything, yet purified you of all that was false. The crown sits upon a soul forged in truth. Now, your name carries weight. Not the weight of fame, but the weight of meaning. When you speak, storms still. When you move, destinies shift. You are not just a leader, you are a lighthouse in the dark waters of this generation. The kingdom is not asking for perfection. It is asking for presence, realness, vision, and you bring it all. Because you are the vision made flesh. The king or queen this kingdom needs is not the loudest, but the most anchored. Not the flashiest, but the most faithful. You don't rule with dominance, you rule with direction. Your power is not in control, but in clarity. Not in demanding obedience, but in commanding respect through integrity. And it shows. Hearts open when you walk into a room. Eyes lift. Spirits stir. It's not charisma, it's character. It's not charm, it's calling. That's what sets you apart. That's what makes you dangerous to darkness and healing to the broken. This time, you'll rule. You've buried too many dreams to quit now. You've cried too many prayers to back down now. You've invested too many hours, too many sleepless nights, too many yeses, when it cost you everything, for this moment to pass you by. The throne is not a coincidence. It is confirmation. Every rejection was redirection. Every delay was a test. Every battle was a lesson. And now, every scar is a medal. Every lesson is a compass. Every tear is oil in your lamp. You walk into this season not just with power, but with perspective. And that makes all the difference. Because this reign is not just about you. It's about legacy. About restoration. About unlocking what has been locked for too long. You carry keys now. Keys of wisdom, of freedom, of insight that others desperately need. You don't just rule lands, you free lives. And even the enemies that once tried to bury you will have to acknowledge your rise. Not because you seek revenge, but because you stayed true. Because you let God be your defender. Because you trusted timing over talent, and process over popularity. That's why the throne fits now. You didn't skip steps. You didn't sell out. You didn't shortcut the fire. You walked every painful mile with honor, with faith, with grace. And now you wear the crown not just as a ruler, but as a testimony. This time, you'll rule. The world may still misunderstand you. Some will question your authority. Others will try to define your destiny by their fears. But none of that matters now. Because when a soul has been commissioned from above, no opposition on earth can stop it. You no longer need validation. The crown is not an invitation, it is an inheritance. Stand tall, shoulders back, eyes forward. Let your presence carry the weight of your journey. Let your words speak life, not just law. Let your leadership be an act of love. This time, the kingdom will not just watch, it will transform. Because of how you led. Because of how you serve. Because of who you were when no one is looking. You will set a new standard. A new culture. A new way of being powerful. Not through fear, but through truth. Not through control, but through wisdom. You will train others, raise leaders, ignite vision. You will create space for others to rise. That is the sign of a true ruler, not how high they sit, but how many they lift. This time, you'll rule. You will sit at tables you once only dreamed of. Walk through gates you once saw in visions. Hear your name spoken in places where once it was only a whisper. You will stand before kings and speak like a prophet. You will stand before crowds and carry the weight of the moment with calm. Why? Because this is what you were born for. Even in childhood, the signs were there, the insight, the depth, the discernment beyond your years. You saw what others missed. Felt what others ignored. And though it made you feel different then, it makes you destined now. You are not too much. You were made for more. So don't water yourself down in this season. Don't shrink back out of habit. Don't dim the light to fit old rooms. The kingdom has changed. The era has shifted. It is no longer the time of pretenders. It is the time of presence. And you are fully present. Not perfect. Not without struggle. But ready. Equipped. Endorsed by the divine. Endued with grace. Overflowing with clarity. Walking in authority. Let the old doubts fall away. Let the old fears lose their grip. You don't need to apologize for stepping into the role that was written for you since the foundations of the earth. This time, you'll rule. And your rule will be different. It will be marked by justice, mercy, excellence, and creativity. By wisdom and wonder. By righteousness and restoration. You will plant gardens in places others burned down. You will build cities in places others abandoned. You will inspire life in places once filled with ashes. You are not just wearing a crown. You are a crown, a symbol of divine craftsmanship, authority, and resilience. So wear it well, rule with grace, lead with fire. And remember, this is not your finish line. This is your launching point. There are nations yet to touch. Generations yet to reach. Songs yet to write. Laws yet to shift. Movements yet to begin. Because when the chosen rise, the earth rejoices. And the heavens echo with one resounding truth. This time, you'll rule.